Hey everybody, welcome back. So the latest news from Russia is Yevgeny Prigozhin has died in a plane crash. I gotta be honest, I think that's irrelevant. Despite the fact that it's unconfirmed whether or not he died in that plane crash or that it was him, and the fact that he's had more than one plane. He actually owns 2 or 3 planes. So it's quite possible that he wasn't on that one that crashed and that he's actually gone a different route. This guy is he's recognized by everybody out here in general as the militant militiaman, mercenary, that was hired by Vladimir Putin to hit certain points of Ukraine and then get double-crossed by having the lack of materials and ammunition being dropped off to him in order to complete hitting Ukraine. So he then turns around and goes right back into Moscow claiming, well, we're going to teach this guy a lesson. Now, naturally, none of that happened. Naturally, he just went into hiding. And everybody speculated, well, it's because he doesn't have the ammo and all that, and probably the gas that he was promised in order to continue working. So he couldn't make it to Moscow. They ran out of gas before they went into Moscow. Now, I have called BS on this from the moment it came out in June. From the day that this happened back in June, I called BS. He didn't go back in and disappear because of a foul up. He came back in and disappeared because that's also what he was paid to do. The only difference between June of this year and previous years is that there are a whole lot more eyes out. There's drones, there's the internet, there's people with camera phones, there's, tons more reporters than normal. He can't just simply drive back home and that's it, back to Russia and kick back and relax on his farm or ranch or whatever land that he owns and all this good stuff. It had to be staged. It had to be staged, and it's quite possible that this death of his out of the plane crash was also staged. And the reason why I bring this up because he's one of the reasons why not just Ukraine was attacked, Crimea was attacked by this guy. Now everybody back in 2014, however, said that they were labeled little green men, and that was just simply because they were unidentified militia. The Wagner Group is now identified as the Wagner Group, but they were also the ones that carried the letter Z across their emblems. They used the letter Z as their emblems. They've took on many different forms, despite the fact that they have an official name, the Wagner Group. And I bring this up because this has gone as far back as 2008, I think, with Bosnia or something like. Well, I can't remember the date, so don't quote me on that. But this group, this militia, this mercenary for hire crap, this has been going on throughout Kosovo. This was going on throughout Croatia. This was going on throughout Bosnia. This was going on through Crimea, the Ukraine, Crimea again. No, excuse me. Ukraine, Crimea, Ukraine again. Okay? He's taken part. That Prigozhin guy, Prigozhin has taken part in all of these invasions, and as you can see, he is old enough to have done it as far back as 2008. Even though technically Bosnia and Croatia was sort of in the 90s, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a part of the group. He could have been a branch off of the group that was doing that crap. Okay? But sticking to these current times, yeah, It was all staged. He went in there, hit those locations, came back to Russia, and because it was nowhere near the coverage, you know, he couldn't stage this, you know, going back to kick Putin's ass, kick the leader of Russia's ass. Okay. All right, it's time for me to go. My boss is here. I do apologize for the short, not a full detailed report. I forgot to bring my notes anyway. So I just had to let that part out because it seems like nobody's wanting to believe anything except what's being publicized, what's currently theorized right now. Okay. And that's pretty much it. That's my 2 cents. It doesn't sound common sense on common ground. I understand that. In fact, it sounds more like Chris's conspiracy as opposed to Chris's comments, which is why this is going to be titled Chris's Conspiracy. So, y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. Those are my thoughts on Prigozhin's assumed death. Okay? Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. It's Thursday. We're getting closer to the weekend. Stay good and hang in there, okay? Y'all take care. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.